Hey, welcome Speedway fans. How are you? It's me, Ken McKinney, and welcome to episode 6 of Speedway Chat live right here on Extreme Speedway Racing Action and XSRA.TV on YouTube and Facebook. I'm sorry, I've been looking at the computer all day long, getting ready for the stream. I'm really excited to have it. I'm really excited with who I'm going to be talking with. Tonight, we'll be talking with and chatting with the Young Guns of Speedway, 3 very talented Speedway racers, all under 21 years old. You hear that? All under 21 years old who are looking forward to racing this 2022 Speedway season. And I say that's the future of American Speedway, everybody. If you want to know where the future of American Speedway is, it's racing today on the Speedway tracks. Very thankful to be able to talk to those guys in a little while. And I'll also be speaking with David Joyner from Fast Fridays Auburn about his plans for the 2022 Speedway season. So please stick around for all of that. And be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel that I have been building after Mark Williams and I worked on it for many years. Been taking it a different direction. I hope you're all liking it. It's American Speedway on YouTube. You can also find XSRA on Instagram and on Facebook and on Twitter. I got a Twitter. Nobody talks to me on Twitter. I've never gotten a response. I got, numerous posts there saying, hey, what do you think? Crickets. Anyway, you can find out all about that information that I'm doing right there on Facebook and all the other social media. But where I'm going to give you a little bit of Speedway news right now. Hold on. Let me get my little thing here. Here. All right. Little Speedway news. Speedway news coming to you. I get all my information from speedwaybikes.com, and you should too. It's hosted by RC Jones, and it's full of Speedway races, race reports, rider biographies, racer biographies. It's got history, and it's got the future of where you can go watch Speedway races on that website. It's a great site, and I recommend it to all Speedway fans. Let's get into the results of last Saturday's May 14th Speedway event out there at Kern County Raceway Park. Yeah, it was Military Appreciation Night, and it was round 2 of the 2022 Team Racing Series. Team Reno Team SOS Wolves came out came out on top 43. Paris Pirates 41, and Bakersfield Bandits still lagging behind at 36. And the event even saw the return of Gino Manzares after 5 months of recovery from his crash at the North American Finals last December. He did finally make it out, and it was great. It was great to see him. I know everybody was happy to see him. And he did some great racing. And some bad news right there was Brad Sauer and Wilbur Hancock got caught up together in the last lap of race 24, heat 17. And it resulted in both of those racers being injured. Brad Sauer, one of Bakersfield's favorite sons, broke some ribs. Wilbur Hancock, he hurt his left collarbone. His wing is a little down right now. We'll hear about him later. We want to wish both of them a healthy and speedy recovery. And like I said, we'll chat with Wilbur a little bit later. And as I said, Gino Manzares, man, came back after not being on a bike for 5 months. He looked really good. He's got some new colors going on, but it was Max Rummel, the current U.S. national champion, that won the event. He was unbeaten all night. Would you guys like to see that race? I haven't posted it yet. I haven't posted it on YouTube. So here's your here, you can watch it right now. Welcome back, Speedway fans, to an XSRA.TV race rewind on YouTube. Let's check out the main event from round 2 of the 2022 Team Racing Series at KCRP's dirt track in Bakersfield, California. Lined up and on the line were Max Rummel for the Bandits, Aaron Fox for the Wolves, Gino Manzares and Alex Martin for the Pirates, all racing individually for the win as well. At the starting line, Alex Martin had some bike issues. It seemed his bike would not stay running. A backup bike was brought out, but it seemed to have issues as well. Finally, he was able to start, but it wouldn't stay running. These issues can happen in speedway racing, folks. These bikes vibrate with such power, anything can come loose on them and ruin a racer's evening. After a look over, Steve, Alex's father, and Pitman was able to rectify the problem, and they got the bike to start and stay running. Alex was back in the race, but his concentration was probably affected.
Okay, all right, again. You need to have the gas.
Finally, the heat would start with all four racers. Tape up, and it was a tight start. Rummel, Fox, and Manzares all into turn 2. Rummel on the outside took the lead. Fox and Manzares for second and third. All racers are running really good. Aaron Fox racing very well and staying in front of Gino Manzares. Young Alex Martin following the leaders. Max Rummel, with the best competition he's had early in the season, took the win. Fox in second, Manzares in third. Great racing from everyone. Rummel took the win, but it wouldn't be enough points for the Bandits. The final results for round 2 of the team racing series: the Wolves still in the lead with 43 points, Pirates with 41 points, and the Bandits with 36 points. They will return back in the fall for round 3. Be sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of the extreme speedway racing action. And that's your XSRA.TV Race Rewind on YouTube. All right. Yeah, that was a great race. What'd you think about that? What an event. I mean, round 2 of Team Racing Challenge. It's a concept Steve Evans has brought out, and in the last couple of years that I've been covering his events at Paris and at Bakersfield, I think it's a great thing to have this team racing. Scratch mains are really good where the guys are always competing against each other, but it's always good to see them get in the ring and compete with each other to beat the other team. So I want to say great job by Steve Evans and Larry Collins out there at KCRP. They truly put together a fantastic track. All the racers love it. If you talk to a racer that's been on it, in the beginning it was a little rough. It ain't rough now, baby. It's a really nice track. More races. They have more races planned out there the rest of the season, including round 1 of the National Speedway National Championship. Check out ParisSpeedway.com or their Facebook page, Kern and Paris Speedway. You can find it. Just put in either one of those words in Speedway and you'll be able to get to their page. I need to work with them on getting around to do some of the rounds of the National Championships live streamed. What do you think? Would you like to see it live streamed wherever you are in the world? Get on my social media and let me know, and bother me about it. Let me know. Let me know you want to see something streamed. I know if you want to go to the track, you'll go to the track. If you can get to the track, you'll get to the track. But if you live 60 miles away or more, the best way to see it and be in touch with your speedway, local American Speedway, is through a live stream. All right, hey, on to some more news after this track. Last weekend, a champion, East Coast over there, and the Champion Speedway opened their season with the Patrick Ond Speedway Classic in Owego, New York. Owego. It's I've never been there, but I want to go. We go? Yes, I'd love to go there someday and check out their track and see what they've got going on. But the winner of the scratch main event was Len McBride. And like I said, I'd like to go out there, but I'll try to get the promoter Jason Beausignor on the a future chat show to see what they've got going on out there in New York on the East Coast. And do they think they're as bad as us West Coast riders out here? The guys we got, well, they probably do, but there's just no comparison. Our guys West Coast kick some butt. All right. And on the last chat show, let's go on to some more Speedway news. Oh, where's my news music? Dun, 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 dun. All right. Last week I talked to Kelly Inman, or last show I talked to Kelly Inman, and I did speak to him again today. He's looking forward to opening up on June 15th. That's his target date. He might have to push it back. He's hoping he doesn't, and we all hope he doesn't as well, because the sooner he races, the more races we get to enjoy. So let's all wish him the best. If you want to know more about what's going on, check out industryracing.com. He told me today that they will be fixing that website out pretty soon. And unless you've been under a rock, then unless you have been living under a rock, then Costa Mesa Speedway is reopening this Saturday night, May 21st, for a great season of racing. My home track. I'm so glad to be able to go down the street to go watch Speedway instead of all the way to Bakersfield. I love going out there. The track is good, but it's so damn far away. I was out there last week out at Costa Mesa Speedway, and I met up with Rad Brad. Rad Brad was out there on the track, and I saw Bobby Schwartz too. So let's hear from Rad Brad about what's going to be happening down at Costa Mesa. Hey, Rad Brad, season is restarting. Tell us what can people expect this year at Costa Mesa Speedway?
Well, we've been shut down for 2 full seasons. Should be celebrating our 54th season. It's going to be our 52nd consecutive season of racing on the Orange County Fairgrounds in Costa Mesa. Costa Mesa Speedway, we're featuring sidecars, Speedway motorcycles with no brakes, juniors, and if you check out our schedule at CostaMesaSpeedway.net, you can see that every week there's something else that's super fun. We also have on May 21st a giant vintage bike show. So it's going to be really, really cool, and I can't tell you how grateful we are to be back. The Orange County Fair and everybody has just really stood behind us, our sponsors, our participants, and it's just super special for us to continue the legacy.
So tell me what kind of condition the track was in when you first came back.
So we were heartbroken when we showed up here a few months ago, and the track had been leveled, and there was 3 feet of weeds. It was muddy. All the bleachers had gone away, and we're on a truck, and there wasn't much here. So we're super excited to have all new water lines, new electrical, everything cleaned up and painted, crash wall completely refurbished, bleachers and grandstand all refurbished. And we're super stoked to be back on May 21st. And like I said, we couldn't have done it without the support of friends and family. Costa Mesa Speedway, the legacy lives on.
And so people can get tickets online, or are they supposed to come here in person?
Oh, they're supposed to come here on May 21st.
In person. You can get tickets in person.
At the gate. Bring
gate.
Cash. We open up at 5:30 on May 21st because we have a live band. We have a giant vintage motorcycle show with some of the coolest bikes you've ever seen. We have over 40 races. They'll all go off in under 2.5 hours. Then we have the live band back at the end of the night. Food, drink, grandstand seating, dirt in your beer. What else could you ask for?
That's what's in store for everybody who comes to Costa Mesa Speedway on May 21st, opening night. We'll see you here.
Unedited drama, Costa Mesa Speedway. Come on.
Hi, everybody. You need to show up at Costa Mesa Speedway on Saturday night, May the 21st, and come watch us race.
There you go. A nice little message from Brad. And Boogaloo Bobby Schwartz. I just happened to be there for a little bit time, and Bobby showed up, and it was great to see him. I haven't seen him for 2 years. He said that he had a shoulder injury that is healed up nicely, and he's looking forward to getting out on the track and seeing everybody come out and watch him race. They're going to have the Dirty Water Band there. Everybody loves a Dirty Water Band. Playing rock and roll hits, and like Brad said, some of the coolest vintage bikes. And I even heard that he didn't put that up, but I even heard that the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame is going to be there. Gene Woods is going to be there with Hot Shoe Hall of Fame memorabilia. He's got these cool posters. Guys are going to sign them. And it's going to be great. This is look great on your wall in your Speedway man cave. You're going to love it. So sticking with the news. Lastly, but not least, is Fast Fridays. Fast Fridays Speedway is going to be coming up on Friday, May 20th. They're going to be starting off. I've got my schedule right here, and we're looking forward to talking to Dave about his schedule. They're going to be starting off with this Bud Light Speedway season opener. It's going to be full of a lot of different riders that you know and love. Alex is going to be there, who we'll be talking to, and I think Slater might even be showing up too. I don't know about Wilbur; he's still recovering. But for all that information, if you want to find out more information, I'm waiting for Dave. Dave, are you there? Just check their website, fastfridays.com, for more information. There's a lot of stuff going on out there. Speedway this is a place up in Northern California to see Speedway. All right, Dave. I don't see him. All right. I got to move on. Moving. Wilbur Hancock and Alex Martin. Hey, gentlemen, how are you?
Great.
We're doing great.
Yeah, I'm doing good. So,
good to see you. All right, let me let everybody know who you are. You've got a lot of people in your families that are probably watching, but let me let some people know who they are, and you can find all this information out at speedwaybikes.com like I do. This Slater Lightcap, he's 16. He's from Huntington Beach, California, and he's currently the 2021 AMA Under 21 National Champion, former Paris Raceway Junior 250 Speedway Track Champion, AMA 150 Youth National Champion, and much more. And you can find out all that information on speedwaybikes.com. Welcome, Slater.
It's great to be here.
Great. And then we have Wilbur Hancock, our next guest here. He's 17. He just celebrated a birthday last week. He's from Costa Mesa, California. He's the 2020 AMA 250cc Youth Speedway National Champion, the 2019 AMA Youth 250 Speedway Long Track National Champion. And he's, if you notice the last name, he is the oldest son of four-time World Speedway Champion Greg Hancock. He's been racing for a little while, just a little while. Welcome, Wilbur.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, very good. All right. And last but not least, Alex Martin. Alex Martin is from Salinas, California. He's the 2021 AMA Youth 250cc Youth Speedway National Champion. He's the 2020 AMA Youth 250 Speedway Long Track National Champion, the 150 Mini Junior Championships. I know you won last year's Gumball Rally, right, Alex? You won not last year's, to 2020 Gumball Rally. But he has been tearing up the track since he's gotten on the 500. Welcome, Alex.
Yeah, hello, Kenyon. It's just great to be here. I'm super happy to be on the show. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. Let me take some time here to get some people acquainted with you guys at the Gumball Rally. That's where I had you guys all three. I think I had you guys in under 21, but I can't find that footage somewhere around in all of my stuff. If you saw my place, let's show some people what you guys were doing at the Gumball Rally a couple years ago.
Event 28 brought out the little big guys in the 250 juniors for the Richie Vandermeeden Junior 250 Gumball Final. Alex Martin, with his perfect day, chose lane 1. Wilbur Hancock took lane 2, Slater Lightcap took the wall, and Landon Collins was in lane 3. At the start, the group bunched up, but Martin was able to take the lead. Lightcap and Hancock, fighting from behind, wanted to take it from him. In the back corner of lap 2, Hancock pulled out of a potential crash with Martin, who held his lane, and it cost him. Martin would use that opportunity to his advantage, and he would take his first Gumball Rally as a junior 250 racer. Something he said he would cherish. Let's celebrate his victory lap with him for the Richie Vandermeeden Junior 250 Gumball Final.
All right. Hey, we're back now. Hi, guys. Do you remember that race? It's 2 years ago. Do you remember that race?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
That was a great race. That's not one to forget.
No, I
never
mean,
forget that race. It was just absolutely epic.
do you still have the gumball machine?
Oh yeah, it's in my bar with the first one I had. I love looking at it every day. It's just such a cool trophy that any kid would want. Like literally any kid would want, and would just die to be able to even race in the Gumball Rally to get a chance to win that.
Even grown kids.
Yeah,
Sure.
grown
I'm like
kids too.
backing Alex up on that too. I think that race was like a big eye opener for both Slater and I. We had our battles down south, and then Alex coming down racing us and ended up completely just kicking our asses. Winning, beating both of us. And I mean, we put on some great races that day. All the nerves were there. I think that race brings the best out of all of our us juniors. No matter a national championship. But I feel like a gumball championship is honestly something even bigger than a national championship.
What do you think, Slater?
Yeah, for me, those gumball races are those bring the nerves more than half of the nationals that we race. Just because it's all of the kids, just them, and it's like their special day. It just really brings out a whole new it evolves the sport more for the kids on those days that they have by themselves.
Fantastic. I'm glad you guys feel that way. I know that Kelly Inman wants to bring that back. If he's going to bring back 2 or 3 different events, that's one of them. That's on his top priority right there. So I want to talk a little bit about this year. Slater, we saw you come out to the track once. And then Will, I saw you come out a little bit earlier. And Alex, you've been burning it up out there. But Slater, you're the new under 21 champ. Does that, you feel like you got a number on your back right there?
Yeah, obviously I've got to defend that, and I tried to stay healthy throughout the off season, and I was gonna try and race as much as I could, but I'm in high school sports also, and I had broken my hand like about a month and a half, 2 months ago. So it's just about finally fully recovered this week. So I should be good to go for Costa Mesa.
Well, that's good. Which hand was it?
My left hand, clutch hand.
Oh, great. That's hopefully you will be able to hopefully you'll be able to keep it healthy. Whose school were you playing against? I think Wilbur, you told me that was you heard about that. It was against your school or something.
Yeah, we were playing. It was the beach cities. It was Huntington against Newport, and that's Wilbur's school. So
Personally, I think that he's covering this all up. Personally, he probably got in a big fight with a Girl Scout or something.
oh well, yeah. I don't know. There's some kids at his school that got pretty butthurt over that game.
Well, did you guys end up winning even though you got injured?
Varsity lost. JV, I think, cleaned them out 13-0.
What's JV?
Junior varsity and varsity. If you played a sport, you'd know.
Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know.
No problem.
Alex, do you play any sports other than motorcycle racing?
Yeah. This season, it was a few weeks ago, I finished up our volleyball season for Salinas High School on varsity. It was definitely quite a fun season, but like whenever it comes to sports, you got to have like other things to do when like you have an off season. And Speedway's another one like to have for an off season, when school's not around.
Yeah. And Wilbur, what do? You surf whenever you're not what do you do when you're not really racing? Do you read, or what are you doing?
When I'm not racing, I'm an underwater basket weaver. Nah,
Hey,
I mean besides racing, it's not much more I really do. I play a little bit of golf once in a while and surf a little bit, but I can't say that I'm good at either of those, but I try.
Yeah, good. Well, let me ask you some questions. I'd set up some questions here. I put this thing up here. Hey, anybody out there that wants to ask some questions of these racers, send in a comment and I can put it up with your bio and stuff. But let me get it started. I'll start with Slater. We'll kind of round robin it. Slater, what interested you in being a speedway racer? Now, before you go, I've seen you've been racing at Costa Mesa since you were the Pee-wees. So something in you has got some drive. What is it that's gotten you staying in the sport so long?
Well, I mean, it started with my first ride on a PW50 out in Havasu and on a little pavement track. That's where it started. And my dad brought me to one of the speedway races at Costa Mesa on a Saturday night, and really I had no say in it. My dad wanted to do it more than I did, and he stuck me out there on the bike, and I went around. I just remember the first race I had raced like Jake Isaac and a few other guys, and I think the first race I had won, and ever since then I told my dad I wanted to keep going back, because obviously when you win you want to do it again. So I think I just kept going back, and it just stuck with me. And ever since then, I just gradually went up the ladder on the bikes like everyone else.
Well, good. How about you, Wilbur? I know your dad was more than likely a big inspiration, but other than that,
yes.
What was the inspiration for you?
Yeah, something probably pretty shocking is, my dad having a toll on my racing. He never pushed me to do it. I went to my first Speedway Grand Prix when I was 5 weeks old. So I personally just kind of think that it was in my blood from the beginning, and just being around, wanting to win, wanting to go fast. I loved racing. I love being around the sport. I love everyone that I met around the sport. And I knew from the beginning that I just wanted to be the best at whatever I was going to do. And it so happened to be Speedway.
Very good. How about you, Alex? What got you interested in this sport? Your dad?
Yeah, it was definitely my dad. Like I'd be little and he would always put on the old tapes from the 80s, and I was just I fell in love with just watching things go sideways in motion. It was like, to me, Jesus walking on water. It was just truly it was something I had to do.
Wow. He looked that good when he was younger out there on the track, huh?
Yeah, he did.
Very good. Very good. I'd like to see some of those tapes. Anyway, you like speedway racing. Speedway racing is probably your immediate family knows a little, more than other people. But how about your friends? How about people that you meet out in public? What do you tell them about speedway racing if they ask you, or how does it come up? Slater?
Well, I know a lot of my closer friends. I got a few friends that even go to the track. They're the ones that really know about the sport. Like I got a few friends that I know Wilbur has met before, like Zane and a few other people that help out in the pits, and they enjoy it. Like the kids that go and like get in the environment. Like fortunately at Paris, since you don't have to have like a pit pass, they're allowed to go in the pits and really like live what it's like to be a racer. And a lot of the other kids at school, they just think of it as another dirt bike where you go out and ride for the weekend and come back and do it over again. They don't really understand how much adrenaline and how much passion it takes to actually go racing.
Yeah, because it's for short sprints, and you've really got to be on for that minute
Yeah.
and a half. I mean, that's your concentration. You are there now. How about you, Wilbur? I mean, geez, you're in a different class because everybody close to you, but at school, geez, they probably are like, what's that?
Growing up with a lot of the friends and stuff, they kind of knew it was like, the motorcycle boy or whatever they want to call me, just being
Really?
around Speedway and stuff like that. The best I could probably explain it to them was that, you ever heard of flat track? And if they say no, then just be like, well, it's the thing at the fairgrounds. And most of them click at that point because everyone's been to a fair derby or seen the freestyle around there, or just like Gino said in the comments, international circle rider. It's not that well known. But going around to different places around the world and stuff, you can mention different names and say different things, and sometimes they even remember Mean Gene the Dancing Machine or Bobby
Yeah.
Boogaloo Schwartz, and who's even still racing,
Oh yeah.
just saying all those names, and that clicks to them, and they're like, oh my god, that's still going on. But sadly it's gotten slower and not many people have seen it, but it's time to boost the future.
It's time to boost it up. Exactly. Alex, what do you tell people up there in Salinas? I mean, Salinas. It's
Yeah.
probably a kind of slow town for itself, but racing is a little bit more predominant up there now because there's more tracks than there are down south. But what do you tell your friends and people you know?
Normally it'll kind of like videos would stumble across them on like I would have on my social media, and they'd be like, what is this? And they think it's like some sort of just drift like competition, just like you would have in like a drift cars like Ken Block or some. But then I would tell them like, oh yeah, there's no brakes, and they're like, you're absolutely insane. But that's how the bikes handle the best too, is without the brakes. But whenever I mention anything about Speedway or they see Speedway for the first time, they think I'm like speaking French, pretty much.
Well, there's an old saying, no brakes, no brains, right? But
yeah,
you guys have got to be smart. Nowadays, you can't slack off in school like when I was a kid. You could kind of get by, and I'm talking ancient. But you guys they really keep you to the grindstone. Slater or Alex, let me start with you. What is your favorite subject in school?
I don't know if like if it'd be a subject, but it would definitely be like my wood shop class. I'm definitely more hands-on with like that types of stuff because it's like being in your shop working on your bike, just turning stuff, using drills, all types of machinery. It's like definitely my happy place when I'm at school.
Very good. I think that that as a vocation is great, and it should be fostered more in schools. They want everybody to be a lawyer, and I don't think that works. But how about you, Wilbur? What is your favorite subject in school?
I would probably say my teachers are very influential of my favorite subjects, but probably math or history. I do believe I mean, last year I was like, I hated history, I hated math and stuff like that, but I didn't feel like I had the best teachers. I have pretty good teachers this year, and I find it very more enjoyable, very funny. They make jokes, more relatable things that you're like, oh, and it clicks easier. And all of a sudden you can tell the exact timeline or write out the exact equation and just because of that certain type of joke or reference that they make.
Well, good. I think you're maturing and you're understanding that they're not there to just bust your ass, but to teach you something, right?
Yeah,
How about
exactly.
you, Slater? How about you? Jake Isaac says you like art class so you can paint your feelings. What's that? What's that? Jake, come on.
Yeah, there's a reason Jake stopped racing. The reason he went across the country to go to a mechanics class.
Well, you might need a mechanic later. Come on.
Oh, not from him. I don't want my bike falling apart.
So
no,
like?
I like I'm a big history guy. I like learning about all the wars and like the Soviet Union and all those. I really like enjoying learning about the past.
Very good, very good. Well, in order to not make mistakes in the future is to learn from the past, as they say. Very good. Well, so that everybody knows that you have a brain. The girls are out there. Oh, he's got a brain. Now, injuries on the track are something that happened and that. And I know Wilbur, you just hurt your wing. Yeah, you guys have had some injuries. What do you tell people when you're walking around with like a sling or some kind of injury and they ask you what happened, and then you tell them it was racing?
Just like I told Slater, it's punching Girl Scouts, getting into fights with the Girl Scouts.
So you did a shoulder dip on a Girl Scout there, Will?
Yeah, and like one of those like you have to RKOs or in WWE, I forget.
Drop the elbow.
Yep, exactly. That's what it is.
Yeah, I know Slater. You got injured in your hand, but you've never really had an injury on the track yet, have you?
No, I've had a lot of bad get-offs. Industry, I had a pretty bad one. For the most part, and Paris, of course, last season was a pretty bad one, but those were probably the worst ones, I'd say. Unless I hurt my back on the 150s pretty bad. It still affects me today. Those walls don't bend, so
no.
If you hit them a few times, they start to catch up on you.
So and you, Alex, have you been pretty good about staying healthy out there?
Oh yeah, I really do my best. To try and stay healthy and try and avoid getting injuries like it being like other sports. I try and focus which one would be a better priority. But so far throughout my career, I've been I would say pretty fortunate to not have like some serious injuries. Knock on wood.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I'm just, glad I've had nothing like Slater or Wilbur has ever experienced. But, anything could happen at any given time. It could happen 5 minutes from now. It can happen tomorrow. But you just have to be careful what you do.
Yeah. Well, people, I want them to understand this isn't some dance around the ring. It's a very, very heavy sport and dangerous because you don't have brakes. You really got to pay attention. So it's not something you can just jump on a bike and do. People probably think, oh, I could just jump on the bike and then beat you. If you're a flat track rider, it's really different, right? I mean, there's just no comparison. It's a finesse sport, right?
Yeah, it's completely different from flat track to speedway. It's a complete like total change. The bike just feels totally different. And it's just so much lighter than like a 450 KTM or something like that with big old flat track wheels. It's just totally out of the ordinary for somebody who would hop on a flat track bike and then transition to speedway. It just completely, it's like speaking Chinese for them.
Right.
I think the biggest factor is literally not having brakes. Like not just the weight. You're having brakes on a flat track bike. It's just complete. You have to ride the bike differently.
And that centrifugal clutch, if you let go of it, if you do something with that clutch, you're out of control, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it can completely change how the bike could handle, even off like starts and just anywhere. It can completely change how the bike would feel, and it can get you in some deep trouble pretty quickly.
Right. Okay, so Wilbur, you had done a little thing for me for the live streams where you had explained what a speedway bike is, and I think that was very good for people to see something like that. I think we need to do that a little bit more, don't you think? Explain that bike to people so they understand how specialized it is.
No, for sure. And someone that I feel like you need to make two different types of videos for two different types of audiences. You need to explain it to the point where you are, you can go into so in depth into the bike, what exactly happens when you drop the clutch, what this happens, what that does, or you can give it more of a basic brief output for the people that don't really know motorcycles that well. You could say clutch and they'll be like, what's that? You need to judge it on your audience. Like probably just putting it out at a regular race event, you would probably want to post something more general because you want to focus on the people that aren't going to Speedway that much and aren't seeing the big stages and stuff like that, because you want to make sure that they want to come back. They don't want to feel like an outsider. It's like going to hang out with a bunch of people that, like for me, going to hang out with a bunch of people that play lacrosse. I have never played lacrosse in my life or watched lacrosse. I wouldn't know what they're talking about, Now them coming over and they want to watch curling with me because I'm Swedish, then, I can explain everything inside out about curling.
Oh, curling. Yeah, the ice sport. Slater, you have your bike in your garage, or where is it where your friends can see it?
My bike it's in my garage.
So when your friends come over, do they get a chance to see the bike and ask you about it?
Yeah, the garage is usually open, so when they come over, they usually question me about it and ask, and that's when the whole story comes out about how they have no brakes and all that, and that's usually what draws the attention is the garage being open.
Yeah. How about you, Alex? You've got I don't know where you guys live. You live in a cul-de-sac somewhere or in a place where kids come by and see your stuff?
Yeah, I live pretty much right outside, next to some like grassy hills and stuff. But normally they'll like come by like just to hang out, and we shoot basketball hoops right outside, and it's right next to our garage. And then they would see that, and then they would kind of be like, "Ooh, what's in here?" And then just go in there, and they'd be like, "What the heck is this thing?" And then I have to tell them the whole spew that it's a Speedway bike, and they're just totally unique.
Yeah, good. So I asked you about your inspirations and who you looked up to your inspirations, but who is some of the riders that you looked up to the most as you were coming along that you either emulating or you're now that you're in the 500 D1 division, you're looking forward to race against? Alex?
Yeah, like probably some of the bigger inspirations were definitely like Greg Hancock, Wilbur's dad, being 4-time world champion, and like some of the other guys like Max, Dylan, Gino, Brock, and can't forget Billy J. And they're just so much fun to watch. Like when we were little, and then now it's like, whoa, you get to race against them now in D1. It's super cool, and then especially getting out to beat them too.
Yeah,
it's definitely a lot of fun.
How about you, Slater?
As a kid growing up, it was more watching like Greg, obviously, in the GPs, and Darcy Ward. Those were a lot of the GP guys I'd watch. But over here, I'd watch Billy Hamill, Gennaro, Max going, because Max and Dylan and all them are only they're only so many years older than us, so it's easy to relate to them, what they do, and how to basically focus on what they do and take it to our riding. And everyone's got their own kind of style. Max is really consistent. Gino is also very consistent. He's fast, and Brock's he's really fast, and his starts are also really good. So I've been watching him for a while on starts and trying to take what he does and work that into my own style.
Okay, good. How about you, Wilbur? Besides your dad, I mean, how can I understand why everybody looked up to him, but besides your dad, I mean, any of the other racers that have really stuck out to you that it was an inspiration to try to ride like or against someday?
I would probably say the likes of Luke Becker and Maciej Janowski. both of them being, kind of under my dad's wing and them trying to be the best that they can. And I've seen every side of them, I've seen them at the lowest of lows. I've seen them at the highest of highs. And just their drive and their work ethic is really what motivates me, because I see Luke all the time. I talk to him on the phone. He explains stuff to me. He helps me. I raced against him, and right before my heat, he was literally like, all right, I'm going to gate right here. I'm going to shove my wide. You're going to dive underneath me. We're making it into this main together. And it's just like, he wants the best for you. And yeah, it might be a little bit biased, but it just for myself and just seeing how my racing is going to progress, I want it to be as smooth and consistent as their guys's.
Very good, very good. I mean, that's some people to look up to. A lot of Speedway fans that I know of that are old and in their way are always thinking about the guys from the 80s and 70s. And I like those guys from the 80s and the 70s. I mean, they are the past and they are something to attain, but we got to look at our contemporary guys like Gino and Buck Blair. I mean, Tyson Burmeister, some of the guys that aren't racing anymore, even Austin Navarrado. That guy is like a jelly times two, he's on the bike and he can't even, I don't know how he sees over the handlebar. He must be looking under his arm and over his arm and the handlebar. But some of these younger guys, they need some respect and stuff that people need to recognize that they've lent a lot to what you guys are doing right now. So what is your favorite track? I know you've ridden a lot of tracks and maybe some tracks aren't out here anymore. What is the favorite track that you like riding at and you're looking forward to making it a part of your 22 season? Slater, I'll start with you.
I like Kern a lot. I really like how smooth that track is. It seems to be pretty smooth every time I race there. Costa Mesa, haven't raced there in a few years, but that track tends to always get the blue groove by the end of the night. Industry also been closed last year, but that's also a really fun track when it's prepped right. It's there's a lot of dirt on the outside and there's also a slick inside, so there's a lot of lines to work around at Industry.
How about you, Wilbur?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Has to be in the United States?
Well, anywhere that you've ridden that you like the most, that you find it the best track for you.
I would probably say Paris is probably one of my number one, just because I grew up riding there, and I've had a lot of great memories there. Oh yeah, it's a wonderful track, and there's so many different lines and so many different opportunities you can make there. And Costa Mesa was always really good to me, I should say. I had a few good races there and made the most out of what I would race there. And looking at Kern, you can never go wrong with Kern as well. But probably the best track in California right now is Alex's private track, because that place is freaking badass.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Oh my god.
Okay, great. And Gino says so. Gino's an old guy now. No, you're just younger. These guys are way younger than you, and they're coming after you, Gino. So get healthy. They're coming after you, right, Alex?
Yeah,
he's not that. Yeah. He's not that old. He's not that old.
No, he's not even 30 yet. But no, he's just 30. But he's older than you guys. So yeah. Okay,
he might need some miracle hair soon.
So what is your favorite track besides your practice track? I that thing looks great. I'd love to see that someday.
Yeah, I mean, my practice track, I seem to like it a lot. And I like Wilbur for him in Paris. I grew up on that track, and over the years we've made it almost 5 times bigger than what it used to be. But I would say probably one of my favorite tracks currently is definitely probably KCRP, because it reminds me a lot of the GP tracks in Poland, Sweden, England. There's just so many different lines. It's kind of got that bank to it. And when you're in front, you always have to worry about the people behind you instead of just like some of the other tracks that are more like skinnier, where you could just get out in front on the start and then you already have the race won. Like just KCRP has just got so many different lines, and there's just so much action within 1 minute.
Yeah, you seem to like the outside of that track. I've watched you over there, and you get into that soft stuff, and then you ricochet yourself into the corner. Hey, you're really good at that stuff. Well, do you like the outside or the inside of the track, or does it just depend on the way the day is?
It could depend on how the day is and how the track is like prepped too. But KCRP, it's just got that bank to it a little bit, so the cushion on the outside kind of helps to keep you in the middle of the track, and to it just soft enough where your bike can just drive and hook up. And there's just so many ways to pass using that mid to outside line.
Good. How about you? How about you, Slater?
How do I like Kern?
Yeah, well, how do you like what's your favorite track?
Kern really has a good outside line. It holds dirt pretty well, and Costa Mesa, that's got to be a top one or two. Costa
That's
Mesa,
your home track.
Yeah, it's literally like 10 minutes from my house. It's not as close as Wilbur might be, but I'm pretty sure Wilbur walks his stuff to the track.
Wilbur skateboards to the track.
Yeah,
towing the bike and the toolbox.
Yeah, it's got to be one of the two. I haven't raced at Costa Mesa recently, so I can't really put that up there. But it's got to be one, either Kern or Costa Mesa.
Okay, all right, so that's good. I mean, you got to be happy that Costa Mesa is opening up. You think you're going to be able to take these two guys over there since it is your home track? It's small, and. Do you think you have an advantage there?
Yeah, the track's small, but it's real tight. So I mean, you get the gate, and it's real hard to pass anyone unless you're Brock on the last lap with Max going past the start.
I've seen it done. I've seen Billy J pass on the inside.
Yeah, it's a hard track to definitely pass on. But it happens a lot, and it's got to be a fast closing track. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Good. All right. So you guys are young, but there's a younger group of kids out there. They're riding in the 250s right now. They're the younger racers. Within a year or two, they're going to be up in the 500s. We're hoping guys like Charlie Trana, Nick Holbein, Levi Lutz, and Jose Navarrete. They're on the 150 as well as Ryder Schultz and Kensei Matsuda. No, they're in the 250s. But then you've got the 150s of Ryder Schultz and Kensei Matsuda and others. What do you think about the potential of those guys coming up and challenging you guys in the track in the near future? Let's start with you, Alex. Why not?
I'd say they're definitely, just the future, because each race they're getting faster and faster, and especially too, I've been working with Nick Holbein and Cage the Rage Tadman after he just hasn't even done 10 races on a speedway bike before, and he's just really coming along, and I see potential in him, and so do some of my other friends, and I think it could be really, really great once he gets to speed a little bit more. And on the 500s, I could see a national title, but for him any day, and really soon. Really? Yeah. He's got a natural talent, and he's just always on the bike, always riding, and just always practicing. And he seems to have the drive for motorcycles too.
That's what it's going to take, is drive, because drive and ambition. There's a lot to be said for that. How about you, Slater? Some of those younger guys coming up. You got the under 21 championship right now. Not just these two guys right here are going to try to get you, but these other guys are looking at you as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of young potential right now, especially like Levi Lutz. He's been doing pretty good. Unfortunately, he's had a lot of engine problems the past.
I think he gives his engine more than
Yeah.
He's ready for a 250, but it's just age. So
Yeah, he's had
I
a
mean,
lot
a
of problems.
500. That is. I mean, sorry.
Yeah, he's had a lot of problems, and Nick Holbein, he's been on fire lately too, and Jose as well. They've all been racing together, just like me, Wilbur, and Alex has ever since they were this high, and I think they're gonna go far if they stick with it.
Yeah. How about you, Wilbur?
I personally, I think that they're all, they all got the talent, they all got the drive. I think it's just when and where. You can always see that in the national championship. They're all going to go for it. They're all going to send it. So I think, Charlie Tran has got a great opportunity. He's got some amazing equipment. He's got great backing, with Billy Hamill and them up there. Same with Levi Lutz. He rides great. I think that they all have some tweaks and stuff that they should work on. And we will see how it all plays out.
Yeah, really. I mean, those guys are coming up. I could see Charlie getting on the 500 very soon. He's big. I think it might be age. But Levi Lutz, that kid has a lot of talent, and I just think the bike is too small for him. I think he's going to be really big challenger to you guys in the near future. I got a little smack right here from the national champion. He says he's going to let Slater start out and go around him on Saturday. So you're going to see some passing on the track.
Let's see it, Max. Let's see it.
If Slater brings Brock skating gloves, then maybe he has a chance.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Well, those guys are going to bring it. I always used to ask, and I still would ask guys like Schwartz and I even asked Castro, who's out there, and Faria, McConnell, the older guys out there, the veterans. I'm not going to say older, but the veterans anyway. I said older, but I asked those guys, what do you think about guys like Gino Manzares back like 5-10 years ago? They said they're going to make them work for it. They're not going to just let you go. You guys got to work for it. So I guess these guys are gonna make you guys work for it too. Are you ready for it?
Oh yeah.
We'll go with you, Wilbur. Wilbur, you're gonna be out. So that you're gonna be out with your wing for how much? Probably a month more.
Yeah, just about. I'm gonna try to get back on the bike as fast as I can, but I don't want to rush it. Just because collarbones are just so fragile. Right. I don't want to end up re-breaking something and make it even worse.
Yeah, shoulder injuries.
It's going to be. I'm really looking forward to, even though how much it sucks not being able to ride on Saturday. I'm really looking forward to seeing these two dudes battle it out along with the best guys in the division. And we're really going to see their true selves. Costa Mesa brings out the best out of everyone, and you really need to prove to yourself that you want to be there and you want to ride. And there's no half committing there. It's all it's go big or go home.
Yeah, the Slater, if Max lets you start around in front of him, you're not going to give it back, right? You're just going to try to keep it. Well, you're going to have to keep it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, the older guys that are in our division, they haven't raced with a lot of us too much, and especially with Wilbur and I getting hurt. They've just been racing the same guys over and over. So, I'm hoping and I expect us to be right in the middle of it all. So I don't think we'll have an issue with them.
Okay, and how about you, Alex? I mean, you're coming to Costa Mesa, gonna be running probably at Fast Fridays as well. I don't know how your dad's gonna swing that. You're gonna have to hire a driver or get one of his buddies to drive and help you guys out, because I think it's totally worth it to have you at the tracks. But you're gonna have to bring it, huh? I mean, you've been smoking them in KCRP. You've been really doing good, but Costa Mesa, just a little smaller, a little bit, got a little more legend on it. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be quite a change since the last time I was at Costa Mesa was about almost 5 years ago on my first year of 250. And then, I ended up having to shoot into the infield, for those of you guys remember. And I think, too, like all the big guys are going to really try and push me a bit. Like Aaron Fox at KCRP, took me to some parts of the tracks I've never seen before or never thought I'd reach. But yeah, it's the first years are going to be total testers against the big guys because they don't want to let some 17-year-old beat them.
Well, that's what you're going to do. If you're going to beat them, you're going to beat them. But they're going to bring their game. Gino is healing up really well. He looked really good last Saturday. Max is, of course, he's the number one plate. We've got a bunch of other guys, but Billy J is going to be there too, racing. And you guys are going to be in the 500 class, pro class, lining up with Billy Gennaro at Costa Mesa and at Fast Fridays. And you looking forward to that? I'll go with Alex.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. But with Billy, it's so unpredictable sometimes because even if there's a track and it doesn't seem like there's more than one line, he'll make more than one line, whether it's hopping the pole or riding the wall.
He's a gorilla.
He'll make it happen. But it could be a little bit intimidating against like some of those big guys. But it's like a dream come true being able to, make him work for a win anyway.
Yeah, Aaron Fox is going to be there. Slater, you ready for those guys plus Billy and going to be bringing it?
Yeah, I've been watching Billy ever since I was on the Pee-wees, so it'll be definitely interesting. I think this will be the first time I've raced with Billy on the 500s, so it'll be kind of interesting to race with him after watching him for so many years.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Along with riding here, one of the things that is always like a brass ring is to ride in Europe, like Luke and Brock and Dylan are right now.
And Ricky Wells. Don't forget about Ricky. Don't forget about Ricky.
Wells. I haven't seen Ricky Wells in over 10 years, and sometimes I forget about him. But I'll bring him. I'll bring him more into this. But I mean, I know that the promoters hate you guys to leave and stuff, but when you go over there, it seems like the guys that have gone over there, they've come back with so much more talent. Is that something that you guys are looking to do in the future? Let me start with you. I know you more than likely would like to do it, Will, but let me start with you.
That's the goal for everyone. I've already seen, I think that I have probably the most experience, even though I haven't really raced there at all. Did a few junior meetings. I've seen the leagues. I've seen the behind the scenes. I've seen how much work you have to put in. I've seen how much effort you need to put in. And I mean, you can go along with, just look at Gino, look at Max. They've both done seasons over there and they've both been successful. And looking at them, how they left and then how they came back. It's just insane. Because you gain so much knowledge and you gain so much confidence in yourself, just because of how alone you are there. You need to work for everything. Everyone's going for the same thing, and no disrespect to the riders over here, but just everyone over there is on a different level. It's you comparing Formula One and go-kart racing.
Yeah. Alex, I know I had stood there on the track looking at some guys racing, and I asked you about that, and you said that was part of your goal someday.
Oh yeah, definitely. Would be going to Europe is one of my longtime goals. I remember like watching, I think it was Big Gosh. It was my first World Cup I ever watched, and I was with Wilbur there too. And even watching it in Kings Lynn, and Voyens as well. It was just like, whoa, just the wow factor was absolutely insane. And it just sets your mind in that direction. Like, I want to go there. I want to race there. And I just want to compete on those types of tracks. Yeah. Most riders, like Wilbur said, have that goal of going over there, and they come back on a different level, such as, Gino and Brock. They're just total different riders from what they used to be and to now going over, to Oxford and all those other places. They just come back in a total different level. It's really good. And I know that
I have to add in. Alex, do you remember hanging out in the hotel with the Pawlicki brothers and Magic and stuff in Big Gosh?
Yeah. And it was Jason Doyle too at the bar. Jason Doyle.
Oh my God, that was awesome times. And Alex also has experience, over there, seeing all those dudes and hanging out with them. We brought like a mini push bike on a treadmill, and we were like racing each other on treadmills with
Oh
these push
yeah, in
bikes.
the
It was
workout
the
room.
funniest thing.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Slater, do you have ambitions of going and riding overseas someday?
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone's ambitions are to go overseas and experience what it's like to be on a team over there, and seeing all these guys like Max goes over for the GP qualifier, and Brock and Gino's been over there, and Dylan, and everyone that's gone over there has pretty much came back like bigger and better than what they left and what everyone's seen here. So when they come back and they bring a whole new level back to the U.S., it really opens everyone's eyes and really motivates, especially me. It motivates me to do better for myself, to be put in their shoes and have opportunities like them.
Right, right. I think it's actually a stair step, and if it's a goal of yours, then go. If I can have anything to do about it, I'll make you a star on the way out and bring you stars, bunch of fans when you come back, because we try to keep people informed on that. But you got a long way to go before you can get on over there. You got to beat guys like Max and Billy Gennaro and Gino Manzares, and geez, these guys are so fast. I hope Austin Navarrete will come back out and race too. Heard he has a kid, but it'd still be nice for him to come out too. But other guys that I saw racing in the past, like Buck Blair and Tyson Burmeister, and they came back, they were really a lot better and more competitive on that Costa Mesa track than I saw when they left. One last thing before I bring in Dave. Dave, I see you on the phone over there. Relax, and I'll be bringing you in soon. One more thing. I want to ask you, did you guys get your autograph cards yet?
Oh yeah, I'm
You have
ready
your
to bring
autograph card?
Costa Mesa this weekend in Auburn.
Oh my God. I want a rookie card from you, a rookie card from you, and a rookie card from you.
Mine are still in the printer. I can't.
Yeah, they're in the printer.
Nice excuse,
Yeah.
Wilbur. Nice excuse.
I guess I just
coveted.
have too many fans. I guess I've already gave them all out already.
You know that video we were talking about earlier about how Wilbur was doing the XSRA videos?
Yes.
I think you went over protective gear in that video. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it looks like you need to get some either more bubble wrap or something to wrap around those special fragile parts that you have there.
Hey, I just want to know, what protective gear do you wear in lacrosse?
Dude,
how'd you get hit?
That's a sport that takes balls, just like Speedway. Just like
balls.
Speedway.
I've never heard of those.
I know you.
Is that what you have those?
Yeah, I know you don't.
Okay, you guys. Let's see you beat it out on the track. But here's my Aaron Fox autograph card from 2017. Aaron, we need more new ones, and I got one you guys don't have, a Billy Hamill. Ooh, that's coveted, and everybody's got to have a Fast Eddie Castro. I've got more, a bunch of Flying Faria on here, Mike Faria. I got more there over here. But you got to get those cards, because everybody will want to have them. They'll want to have you sign them, and that will help people remember you on the track and bring their friends. Let me before we go, I'm gonna bring in Dave Joyner. Is he there? Dave, are you there? Look, he walked away from the desk. Dave's not home. You guys know that one from Cheech and Chong? Dave, are you there? I'm gonna give him a little bit of time. But everybody.
Maybe we should promote Costa Mesa Speedway.
Yeah, I'll promote Costa Mesa. He'll come back on right away. Anyway, is there anything that I haven't asked you guys about Speedway racing that you want people to know about? Are you going to be inviting people from your school to come out to the track, Slater?
Yeah, I've told quite a few of my friends at school to come out, and I know some of them will be. They can't wait to come out, and some are going out of town, and they'll be at the next one for sure, they said.
Very good, very good. Wilbur, how about people from your school? Are you going to have them come on out?
Oh, really quick. When Slater means friends, it's the one that Keith pays $20 to him to hang out with.
Oh.
And,
I don't know if Keith would pay $20 too. I mean,
Oh,
Dude, my
sorry,
dad-
sorry.
yeah, it's
$6.
that's a little bit high on the
$6.
price.
Yeah.
$6. Sorry.
Yeah,
$6.
No, I think he even went down to $1 a person.
Hey, you're making progress there, man.
It's almost coming back to me.
You got people starting to
I've
like
got
you
to
now.
go right now. I'm up on
Almost.
this thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
almost.
Hey, Jake's right here. Jake just said right here,
Almost.
you gonna bring the whole lacrosse team? They get to teach me how to play with balls.
Pom-poms.
Hey,
Oh,
how about you, Alex? You got Dave will get right to you. How about you, Alex? You got people you're inviting to the track and telling them to come on out?
Oh yeah, like close friends like we'll just mention, but it's a bit unlikely that they'll want to drive like to the far tracks and up north. They don't want to have to drive an hour or more, but it's always good to put the option on the table anyway. But I mean, I still got my family who's there going to all my races, and wouldn't mind friends too. But
Yeah,
that's what happens when you live far away from speedway tracks.
In the future, when I'm doing a little bit more live streams, get them to get on the stream and watch your race that way. If not, they can watch it on YouTube channel. So show them the YouTube videos of you racing and being competitive. Right now, speaking about racing and being competitive, here's one of the most competitive guys in Speedway, promoter Dave Joyner, out there at Fast Fridays. Say hi to the boys, Dave.
Hi, gentlemen. How are we all doing? I kind of listened to a little bit of this. I'm totally late, and I apologize for that, but my website tickets have gone down, and it's absolutely a zoo right now around here. But we're doing our best, and you guys all had some interesting things to say. And boy, I have to say, Slater, you're definitely, I see your #1 plate in the background there. Congratulations on all that.
Thank
Wilbur, you're traveling all over the world. You're quite a rider. Is that something around you got an injury or something?
Yeah, I broke my collarbone last weekend at Kern.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I was down there, but I left a little bit early. I'm sorry about that. Sorry.
It's all
And
good.
Alex, you've been actually racing the wheels off your motorcycle, and I tell you what, you've made some great progress and showing a lot of maturity. I saw a race. I think it was down at Kern the other day. You and another rider were just like wheel to wheel and inches from each other, and that's one of the unique things I know about Speedway is the ability for the riders to really count on each other. Although sometimes they kind of hate each other, but they have to be gentlemen in Speedway and be really good sports, because without being that, you can't run into people, and Speedway's got the potential when guys are side by side, like I've seen you racing. So really great, boys. Really appreciate you and what you do for Speedway.
Yeah, thank you, Dave.
Back to you.
Well, Dave, since you got him on, tell us a little bit about what you've got going on starting this season, starting Friday out of Fast Friday.
Yes, we have our opening night this Friday night, May 20th. It'll kick off our 19-week-long season, and as you can see here displayed is our schedule that is for 2022. We're really proud of it because this is our 27th season having an open night here at Fast Fridays. And, we only faltered 1 year because of COVID. We ran a 17-week series last year in 2021. And then we also ran 2 races, actually, the Youth National Championship. It was live streamed to 10,000 people, from what I understand. And then it was really interesting. And then we had another race. I forget what it was exactly, but it included guys like Billy Gennaro and Bart Bass and everything. It was a terrific drive-in race, if you could believe that. Really, really different. But our fans got to go to the parking lot just above the Speedway. If you've ever been here, it's close proximity. They could hear the bikes running, and then Mike Rooney was in the arena with the microphone. Everything and a great video, all broadcasted up to 3 large screen TVs. It was quite a moment, and I think you were here, Ken, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I was. That was eerie with nobody in the stands.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was it was a good event, but it was eerie being in an empty stadium.
It was it really showed me a picture of the excitement that the fans create at a speedway race. And when the speedway race is good and the fans are good, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it in motorsports because the fans all have their favorite riders. The riders are doing wheelies around the track, and especially here at Fast Fridays, they should be having a good time. It's fantastic racing here for sure.
Yeah. And Slater, you planning to go up there for a few races, right?
Yep. I'll definitely be going up there. I'll be going up from north versus south, and most likely, and I'll be going up for the AMA National Championship Series final, and I'll do a few other of the casual Friday night races just to prepare for those rounds.
How about you, Wilbur? You looking forward to getting up there as well?
For sure. I've had great memories at Fast Fridays, and Dave has put together such an awesome event with a great amount of spectators. And it just shows how professional and rad it is to race there. I'm really looking forward to coming up there and racing, preparing for the national rounds, preparing for North versus South, for example, preparing for all those races. And it'd be cool to sometimes get back the USA versus the world races as well, because seeing all the friends from overseas coming over and racing those races, it's something truly really special. But best of luck to both Slater and Alex this weekend, and coming up for Fast Fridays in the next coming weeks, and I'll be there soon.
All right, Alex, you looking forward to getting out to Fast Fridays as well? I'm sure it's right down the street from you.
Oh yeah, there's just so many great memories at Fast Fridays, from that place being one of the first places I ever rode my what was it? I think it was YZ50 Yamaha there. I mean, it was just
your dad probably had it hopped up.
Yeah. And just the crowds are absolutely just amazing there, and it's a lot of fun going there and meeting all the Northern California people, and there's just a great area. I really love that area, and the track's just tricky but so much fun too.
Very good, very good. Well, Dave, thank you for joining us late, but it was a great conversation with the guys. Guys, I want to thank you for joining this podcast. It's been great. A lot of people have gotten to know you. Remember to bring these cards to the next races you're going to. That's how they'll remember you a lot well, because they'll keep them. Remember, everyone out there who's watching, when people ask about Speedway, and then you tell, and then when you're talking to them and they think it's not running anymore, you tell them, hell yes, it is.
Yeah.
And then you show them some of the vids that I've got on YouTube, make them subscribe to that, and then tell them about the tracks to ride on, tell them about the Costa Mesa, tell them about wherever you're racing, because this sport has been a great sport in the past. The present is good as it is good, but the future of Speedway racing is happening now, and it's happening with you, and the future looks good. So everyone stay in contact with these guys on their social media. It's easy to find them. All right, everyone.
Do you think, Ken, I could take another minute?
Sure. Guys, you want to stick around?
Sure.
I just wanted to say a little bit of really, I want to wish Costa Mesa good luck for their opening night. They've been closed for 2 years. We were kind of closed for a year. And I tell you what, coming back, the crowds have been fantastic, I have to say. So I really thank my community here in Auburn and the fans of Fast Fridays that are coming from Bay Area and stuff. It's quite incredible. But I really want to wish Costa Mesa, and then the industry opening up later on in June. I want to wish those guys the best of luck, because I can tell you, I'm one person that can tell you, it's extremely difficult to be in business right now. I'm probably the only promoter that runs a complete operation. And when I say that, I run the concession stand, the t-shirt booth, the beer stand, do all the track preparation and all of this. I was on the website today dealing with some ticket issues and problems. And I know it's going to be a tough hoe for these guys. I'm going to try to make each one of those events myself, to just give them support and moral support. And I just ask everybody in all of the Speedway lands to join me and support these promoters, especially the ones in Southern California. These guys are suffering. They will have their opening night at Costa Mesa, but I would imagine it's going to be very, very complicated, not like it used to be. The same thing with industry. He's already having experiences with shortage of riders and things like that. Kelly is very seriously kind of having a little bit of trouble in that department. So we all might have to prop these promoters and organizers up, and I'm raising my hand and I'm going to do my best to help those boys out.
That's great.
So,
that's great.
yeah.
I cannot let you or all of us leave this chat without saving a very hearty thank you to Steve Evans for being able to throw the races he was throwing through the pandemic in the last 2 years. I know he's looking forward to a break. He has thrown a lot of races that have kept the sport going, and I know I've seen all three of you guys at a lot of those races, and that's helped you stay within the sport. It's helped you and other riders stay loose and on the track. So I think Steve deserves a lot of credit on that respect. So I just want to throw that out there. And I'm trying to do what I can to show it after the fact, because if it wasn't on TV, it never happened. So with that, I want to thank all of you people who have been watching. I want to thank all of you Speedway fans for supporting Speedway. Get yourself out to the track. I'll look forward to doing some streams in the future, but I'm going to attend as many races as I can and put up news reports and do more Speedway chats so that people will get a chance to see these riders without their helmets on and get a chance to know them. And we'll all be better for it. So thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. Thank you, Dave, Slater, Wilbur, and Alex, and we will see you at the track.
Thank you.
Thank you. Also, another thing, Ken,
yes.
I'd just like to mention, the other day we lost a great ambassador for Speedway for us Northern guys. We lost John Schroeder. He was just a great ambassador for the young Speedway guys and always kind of supporting us to get, a lot of rides, and just overall just great for us juniors when we were moving up. And, just want to send out all of our condolences, and just, we're going to miss him a lot.
Yes, I saw that on the social media. I never met John, but Dave, you know John pretty well.
I do.
Yeah.
I've known John for probably close to 40 years.
Yeah. I know
I
it's a
remember
loss.
when he raced Speedway.
We've lost other people, Mike Dilkey. We've lost some people through this dang pandemic that it's a shame, but they wanted to see these guys advance. They wanted to see these guys be more than what they are as young men, now young children. Now they're young men, and they're going to get up there and make names for themselves. And we'll see you at the track, boys.
Sounds good.
Sure. Have a good one.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on Speedway Chat Live, episode 6. I'm Ken McKinney, your Speedway producer, and I enjoy doing this for y'all. There's a lot. It's going to be a very busy summer, so I sure hope to see you. If I'm at the track and you see me, come over and say hello. I'd like to meet you, and let's just have a good time in Speedway, and I'll see you at the track.